What's up, everybody? Just wanted to show you a nighttime walkthrough of our haunted house for 2016. And we'll get started. You can check out my other channel and see a daytime video. I do have my light on my camera, so it will light up a little bit, but it's pretty much totally dark in there except for some few sections where we had lights at. But here we go. Just want to show you everything. Had a strobe light set up here at the front going in. It was shining on the entrance to the actual haunted house, and had the enter if you dare thing above the door, and I had this pumpkin dude up in the tree. So actually looked pretty cool, but let's go on in and check it out. So went through the front entrance, and I had one of these little flaming pots right here, and I had a color changing strobe up here in the top corner that shined over on the watch your head section right here, because I had a low wall set up, and you actually had to go through this curtain down here below. But it was actually pretty neat, and if you're actually here checking this out, it looks like this is almost pulsing with the color changing strobe going on it. So it's actually a pretty cool effect. But you go through here, and right as soon as you come up, I have one of the Lungeon Reaper guys right here, and he's just pretty much set continuously on so that he catches people as they come through. So we'll let him get through his thing.
Don't worry, I will return for you soon enough.
All right, so that's him. As you went down this hall, we had a hanging zombie. Pretty cool. And then you would take this right, and you would be in the spider section. I have one of the fire lights up here that, the rotating one, that actually gave it a pretty cool effect when they're, without my flash on. It looks really neat. And I have, as we said, have some things hanging around here. We have the little cocoons or what have you hanging up, and have a victim there in the corner, and have a bunch of big spiders hanging around. There's a big spider. And I had an actor that was hiding back here, and had a jumping spider down here in the corner. And as you rounded this, we had one of the rotating or whatever he does, pulsating zombies or whatever they do. But anyway, had him hanging up here in the corner right as you came through this other cobweb. You would turn down the hallway, and I actually have some fog coming through from my Vortex room. I apologize for that, but the flash is actually bouncing off the fog and making it look pretty bright. But down through here we had some lanterns and the shifting pictures on the walls. And I did have a like a little projection light up here that had the little ghost projecting off of it, and they would shine back here on the back wall. Without my flash and all on, you can see it perfect. But we take a left right here, and we come through all the bats that were hanging down. Like I said, it was totally dark in here, so we got a lot of people that would scream coming through here because they had no idea what was going on. But go through these curtains, and this is where I had the Vortex tunnel. And once again, the flash is just making it look really crappy in here right now, because you can see the flash reflecting off of the the fog. But this is actually a really cool effect through here, and I might take a video without the flash on so you can see what it looked like. But I did have some lights down here just kind of marking the pathway so that people could see to get down through here as well. But you would go through the Vortex tunnel. There you go, get a little effect of it. And as you came through that, I had a little projector set up right here that was putting one of the atmosphere ghosts up here on the end of it. So as soon as you came out of the Vortex tunnel, you would hit that ghost, and it was actually pretty neat. You would take the turn right here, and we had a little Lungeon Lily over here in the corner. And you would turn down this little hall, and we had strobe lights in here. And the fog from the Vortex tunnel would come in here, so all of this would get fogged up, including the next room, which I'm going to show you. But had one of the little Roman dolls in here as well. But we turn right here, and this was like our toxic area. It was like a toxic spill type thing. And I had a barrel that I had one of the green lights in there that was rotating. Really cool effect. And I wish you could see it without the flash on, because it was really neat. You can kind of get a little bit of an idea around the edges that you can see, and the whole barrel actually looked like that. It's really cool. Have one of the little tire swing zombies hanging up here, and behind him was another barrel with like a skeleton on it, and I had one of the spiders. And up in the corner I just had a green light, and I had all of this webbing in here is the green webbing. So the green light actually made everything glow green in here, and that with the fog and then this barrel down here, it just looked absolutely amazing in my opinion. And I had this dude left over from something, so I put a little cell in the back. I know a jail cell really doesn't belong in a toxic area, but you know, hey, whatever. But this is where I had a little curtain that would go back here, and I had all of the audio equipment and everything back there on the back, and power plugs over here on the right. And so that was actually pretty neat. You know, it's just kind of, I had that space. That's where all of the power and everything was going, so I figured might as well put a prop in there as well. But continuing on, you take a left and you would come down this little hallway, and I had one of the possessed wall hangers, as you can see. But I know her hair is blocking, but everybody knows the Spirit Halloween prop. But you continue on, take this right, and this was our final scene area, and this was actually a butcher area. And I have a red light, and I'll turn it up a little bit so you can get the full effect of it. But this whole area was lit up red, but it was just red and fog, and it actually has a really neat look to it. But as I said, we had a table over here that had some skulls that we made, some rats, body parts, and then there was a flickering candle skull back here, which I got it turned off right now, but the packaged body parts and rats. Had some more skulls down here, had a body bag with a skeleton in it, just, you know, to be the next victim. I had body parts hanging that people had to walk through. Had this corpse skeleton that I made right here, and I had some rats on that, just put blood all over a bed sheet over top of a table to kind of make our butcher table. And I had another skull hanging from the ceiling right here, and the actor that was in here would, you know, be peeling this back and whatnot, you know, when people would come through just to try and scare them. Then he would run from there and run after them. But it was actually pretty cool. As we would leave here, I had a little Reaper in the corner, and then the final tunnel, I had a flicker light right here, and one of the gruesome granny props in the back corner. And as we leave out the curtain, I had a clown out here, and you would follow this little trail, and it would actually lead you to the graveyard. We're gonna go through that, and you can hear the thunder machine. I had a light in a tree right out at the edge of our road, and then I had a light in a tree, which you can't see really well right now for some reason, but you can see it kind of lighting up a little bit. But I had a light there in a tree that was over top of the entire haunted house as well, and it's really neat. But we'll walk through the cemetery. I'll show you what we had going on. I had one of the props that you would step on the pad, he'd pop up, scare everybody. I actually had a ton of people scream with that. But we have tombstones all throughout this area. There's my obelisk again, that's got the speaker on the bottom, and that's where the thunder and lightning sounds come from. Have a coffin set up, and I have one of the fire lights on this as well, so that it would shine on the coffin. And I had a victim coming out of that, and this is actually a pretty cool prop. It was one of my favorites in here, actually. And I just put a green light in there, and then a strobe light in there as well. And I had fog out here, so everything looked really cool. To the left is where I had my grave breather prop, and right next to that is where I had the cemetery angel. I had tombstones back through here as well. I had my Spirit Halloween display tree right there, and I had my cauldron, and I had a little smoker in this, and then the fire pit down here. And the witches, they was on a sensor, so they would start working when you walked in front of them. I had a blackbird or whatever in the tree, and then I had one in a cage here as well. Had the mausoleum over here to the side, had a ghost in that, and then I had, of course, like I said, tombstones all down through this whole entire area. And leaving this area, I had my columns set up Of course, everything was behind the chain fence, and I had the howling wolf skeletons up on both of my columns. And this column right here in the bottom is where I have the speaker and everything for the Thunder machine, and that's where I have the actual Perfect Storm box down there that controls all of the flashing lights for the lighting and everything. And so that was it. As soon as you would leave here, we had a tent set up, and we had a little table, and we had refreshments here. We had snacks, and we had candy, of course, for all the kids. And we had hot apple cider, and then over here we had a little fire pit, and we was actually roasting hot dogs. Let people have hot dogs. We had a bunch of chairs set up, so if anybody got chilly, they could sit down next to the fire. And that's about it. I'll just kind of give you a once over from right here and let you see everything. And like I said, this while I'm recording this right now is November 1st. Halloween was last night, and we ran this thing for 3 weekends, just a Friday and Saturday, and then Halloween night, so 7 days total. We had about 300 to 350 people come through during that time, and where we live out in the country, that's awesome. So we was very happy with it. So that's our Halloween display. We did this for the church that we belong to, Humble Beginnings Christian Church. You can check us out at humblebeginningschurch.com. There'll be a link in the description, and we plan on doing this every year as something to give kids to do, and next year's going to be even bigger and better. So check out our website and find out the dates and everything that's going to be coming up, what we've got planned and everything, and come check us out. We'd love to have you visit with us, and if you got to see it this year, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you come out to it next year, I'm sure you will enjoy it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.